Hi everybody. I haven't made a video for a while. I've been going around YouTube and watching other videos and listening to what other people say and commenting here and there and if you hear some noise around in here, it's just my dog chasing the cat. Most of them are sleeping, but he feels rowdy, I guess. Shadow, be nice. But I saw a comment today that kind of upsets me in a way. I understand how a lot of people see Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses really don't understand how they're viewed by other people and how they're viewed by the public, how they're viewed by XJWs and all that. They're so isolated in their own little group. They pay no mind. I really don't think they care. But somebody mentioned today that here, this is Shadow. Shadow wants to be on a video with everybody. He's chasing my cats around and feeling rowdy. He's almost 2, but he's a little baby. Now go on, go play. Anyway, somebody made a comment today about, and it is true, when you look at Jehovah's Witnesses from the outside, they do look sick. They don't look happy. No, the organization tells Jehovah's Witnesses over and over and over again until they believe it, that we're a happy people, we're a happy people, and they hear it so much that they actually believe it. But if they really looked down deep inside and looked around, opened their eyes and sat down, closed their mouths for a little bit and just looked and watched their fellow Jehovah's Witnesses, they'd see that a lot of them aren't happy. A lot of them are sick. And they look at it like, oh, well, sickness will be no more later, and paradise will all be perfect again and all this. And they hope, it's just all about hope, hope, hope. But they're not taking care of their emotional and physical well-being now in the world that they're in. They keep thinking, well, it doesn't matter because, we have this hope. Well, it does matter because other people in the world around you are looking at you and realizing that Jehovah's Witnesses are a sick group of people. Not just emotionally, but they are physically and spiritually sick. The governing body tells them all the time that what people say on the outside is nothing but lies. But it's not. Jehovah's Witnesses need to open up their Google search and start Googling the lawsuits that are coming up against the organization. And the organization doesn't tell you about it at all. Your donation money that you are told to give cheerfully to the organization, but is actually something that you get counseled for if you're not giving to the organization in some way or form. But that money is going to pay for the lawsuits against the corporation and the company of the Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, and all their little entities in the corporation are getting sued, along with congregations and elders. And that money that you donate is going to pay those lawsuits. They're not really using that money for the worldwide work, what they're saying, because they can hide that fact from you. See, the people set aside in their congregations for building work. The people in the countries that, if you just look at the videos from jw.org, the people in these small countries and villages in in these third world countries where they say the work is progressing. These people are taking and donating money to the organization, but they're also donating other money to the building of their own Kingdom Hall. When they get enough money to build a Kingdom Hall, then the organization, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, sends someone out to supervise the construction of a so-called appropriate building to be their Kingdom Hall there. And then after these people have donated their money to build their Kingdom Hall and gotten that all built, then the organization holds title to that, the land and the building, and can sell it out from underneath them at any time. You see the congregations, the Kingdom Halls getting sold all the time, and congregations are getting consolidated. And that's because your money that you donate to the Watchtower Society is being used to pay the millions of dollars that they've gotten sued for. So it really doesn't cost them any overhead, but they use your money to pay those compensation off for the people that have sued them in court. Your money isn't going toward the worldwide work. What it's going for is so that they don't have to pay it out of their pocket. But they're being sued for so much that the money from the congregations that they send in, the organization is just using the money coming in all the time every month from the congregations to pay for those lawsuits, and then they don't have to take the brunt of it themselves as a corporation. You guys are just suckers. You're just giving them the money to do that and enable them to keep doing what they're doing. And you haven't seen that yet. But as far as how the rest of the world sees Jehovah's Witnesses, a lot of them don't know what goes on inside the congregation and how everything works. And when you're doing a Bible study with somebody, Jehovah's Witnesses don't tell them exactly how everything works. They just figure, well, they'll learn that later on. They'll learn the system and the works and all that later on. But they're not telling them up front exactly how it all works. So when other people, XJWs are out here saying, well, it's a lie by omission because you're not telling them the real truth of what actually goes on. So then there gets to be a difference in opinion, coming back and forth. You get these Jehovah's Witnesses and Jehovah's Witness apologists that come onto the channels and say, oh, well, what you're saying is a lie. That's not true. Well, it is. Sorry you don't see it that way, but, when you step back and you look at the corporation and all their holdings and all the money that they bring in and what they're doing with it and where it comes from, then you get a bigger picture. But you see, if you're just listening to the organization and going by what they're putting in their yearbook or their yearly things, what you see is just a write-up of what the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society holds, because that's all they let you be aware of. But they don't tell you what the other entities of that corporation bring in and what they're doing with that money. The money that they bring in from the real estate sales alone, they don't include that in the reports that the rank and file, regular congregation going Jehovah's Witnesses actually see in the report. They don't see the money that's made from real estate or the Kingdom Halls, or there's a lot of what kinds of stocks they hold and how much money every year they bring in for stocks, and the $1 billion from stocks a year, what they do with that $1 billion. They don't tell you that. That's not included because they only focus on the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, which is just one entity of the corporation. So these people now that are taking Jehovah's Witnesses to court, they're not just suing the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. They have to bring in the Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, the congregation itself, and the elder himself. Or if there's more than one elder, those, group of elders, whatever. But they have to sue each one. You're not just suing the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, because the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society has earnings that they report to you, but the Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses is what handles the legal aspects of it, that handles all the money coming in from the when people sue them, and they have to bring out that money. Well, they're handling the money for the corporation and stuff like that. Plus, you get the publishing company as a different entity. They don't tell you where the money comes in for the publishing and how much goes out. The Watchtower Bible and Tract Society is not truthful, not totally truthful, with the people that are members of Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses is the religious wing to the society. So you have the publishing company, the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, and all these other entities that are part of the organization, and then you get the congregations, and then the regular congregants, and they are not made aware of all the things that are going on. And then they get in front of everybody and say, well, if you hear that something else is going on, it's all lies. Don't worry about that. It's all made up. No, it's not. It's not. They're not making you aware of it for a reason. They're keeping you in the dark for a reason. Because if you knew what they were doing with your money truthfully, you wouldn't give them any more money. No, you wouldn't. You would not take your hard-earned money and turn it over to the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society so that they can give it to the Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses to pay off lawsuits of people. They don't tell you. They don't print it in the Watchtower month by month by month. Oh, well, in court this month, this is what happened in court. This is who sued us. This is what they sued us for. And this is how much they're wanting from us. They don't let you know any of that. None of it. Why? Because they can manipulate you that way. And they can control what you do, what you see, what you hear, where you go, how you spend your time, where you spend your vacation. They can dictate to you who you talk to. They dictate to you everything. Now, if they were legitimately truthful, nobody would want to be a member of Jehovah's Witnesses, and that's a fact. Now, there's a person on YouTube, Dallas, Canada, who's been putting up some excellent videos about the lawsuits that are coming up in the next couple of months, and who is suing the Watchtower and why. And there's also links in his videos to the actual newspaper write-ups about what the suit is about and who's getting sued, who the defendants are, everything. Take a look at the list of the people doing the suing and the people being sued. Take a look at that list, and you'll find out for yourself that it's true, and it doesn't come from anybody other than the state and court itself. That these people have to sue multiple different parts of the corporation that are responsible for different things in order to get their lawsuit finalized. Now they're looking into the assets and how much the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society handles every year, and also what these other entities, how much money they bring in and put out every year. Now, if that's true, then why is the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society only telling you Jehovah's Witnesses how much money the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society makes. You know why? It's because they can take that money and filter it off into another area of their corporation and hide it from you. That way you don't know how much money they're making. They tell you not to go on the internet and research. Do you know why? Because you're going to find out exactly what they're made of and what they're doing and all that other stuff. None of this is made up. I promise you. And all you got to do these days is click your mouse, type in Jehovah's Witnesses, type in Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, and you can find out what their tax returns are, the stocks that they hold, and how much they make every year off the stocks that they hold. You can find out all kinds of things. Don't be afraid. It's there for you to look at. And if for any reason you think that any ex-Jehovah's Witness or any so-called worldly person is making up stories and lying about it, then get on the internet and check it for yourself. Don't just take the Watchtower's word for it that they tell you everything, because they don't. I promise you that. Everybody knows it but you. So get off your butts, do a little research, play detective, and find out exactly what the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society is made of. It's an obligation that you should do to yourself. Consider it a present to yourself. You know, you freely give to others. Well, freely give to yourself. And do yourself a favor and just do a little research on the things that people have been talking about and find out for yourself. Don't just go by what they told you and them telling you, oh, it's all lies. Look it up for yourself and find out if they are telling you the real truth or not. You owe it to yourself, your family, your children, your grandchildren, your future grandchildren, everybody. You owe it to yourselves and them to find out if, in fact, they tell you the whole story. Like I say, they're not going to take and write an article at the end of the year in a Watchtower and tell you how much money their corporation makes. All they tell you about is what the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society report during the year. And that is a lie by omission, because the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society is part of a billion-dollar corporation in real estate, stocks, bonds, you name it. So go ahead and look. It's there. You can look. Just a little click of the finger, a little bit of typing. Just takes a few minutes and your eyes will be opened. And then you can come back and tell us if we have lied to you at all. But until you have looked and you've made those little clicks and all that, don't come around here telling XJWs and people that look at you and know that you are lying to them. Don't tell them that we're lying to you if you haven't bothered looking it up yourself. Because we know when you make the comment, oh, all you are doing is lying, we know for a fact right then and there that you haven't bothered to look it up. Plain and simple, cut and dry, period. So, hey, talk to y'all later. Jehovah's Witnesses, please look the stuff up for yourselves. Don't listen to other people. Don't listen to the organization. Find out for yourself. You owe it to yourself. Have a good day. Bye.